Hey everyone, my name is Mulayam Yadav, and in this video I'm going to work with Cloud Firestore in Flutter. Okay, so the Cloud Firestore is no SQL document DB. If you are creating one application and if you don't want to use your own server, or if you don't want to create your own API, then you can use Cloud Firestore. So I'm using here the Android Studio. So let's start a new Flutter project. Then next, and just give the name of your project like Firestore demo I'm giving here. Okay, so Firestore demo. Next, then you have to remember this package name. Okay, Firestore demo. Okay, then finish. Let's create this application. Okay, so now this is default UI. So let's remove some this default UI if you want. Fine. Remove these all things. Okay. So if you want to change the color, you can change. And simply just I'm going to take here a simple scaffold, app bar, title, text Firestore demo. Fine. Okay, so now let's create a Cloud Firestore database. Okay, so open browser here, then open console.firebase.google.com. Add new, then write the name of the project, Firestore demo. Continue. Select your account, default account, create project. Okay, so now this project is created now. Continue. Okay, then get started by adding the Firestore to your app. So you can add with your iOS or Android or web. So I'm going to add Firestore in my Android application. So click here, okay, and give here the name of the package. So com.codingbot.firestore demo. Okay, what we taken at the time of project creation. Okay, so Firestore demo. Then registered this app. Okay, then what you need to do, you need to download this file. Okay, so download, go to the download folder, just copy this file, open Android Studio, project. Okay, you can see here where you have to add this app label. Okay, app label, you have to add this JSON file. Okay, app Android. Okay, and here you have to add this file. Fine, in app folder you have to add this file. Then the next step, just click next button, project label build.gradle. Just copy this line, class path com.google.gms Google service, copy, go to here and project label. Okay, so the project label build.gradle. So in the build.gradle, just open this dependency here and add, save. Fine. Then the next thing you have to add an app label. Okay, so copy this plugin, this line, okay, here, and this is now app label. Okay, so in this app label build.gradle, okay, so you have to add anywhere you can add, so you can add that plugin. Okay, so we are done here. Then let's create, click on next, continue to console. Go to Cloud Firestore, then create database, start in test mode. Next, you can select any region here, enabled. Okay, so fine. In RDBMS, when we are using, then what we are doing, we are creating tables, right? So here we have to create collection. So collection, you can give anything like students, okay, or user, if you want, anything you can give, right? So I'm going to write here students. Next, then we have to create documents. One a collection can have multiple documents. So you can say here this is the table and these are what rows. Okay, you can assign one ID, field name, name. You can take any name. Okay, field name, suppose city, and save. Fine. So now we have created one student collection, and in this collection we have one document. This documents with these fields. Okay, so this city and name. If you want to add more documents, so you can take ID in this. So the two documents I have added here. If you want to add more, let's add Mumbai. Okay, so I have created here three documents, you can see. And if you want to create more collection, just simply you can go here and you can create users or anything else. Then you can give here username or abc@gmail.com, or you can give something password something abc. Okay, save. So we have two collection here, students or users. If you want to add more data, then you can add more data. If you want to add so that is fine. I'm just creating this simple student collections with three data. Okay, so that's it from this side. Now open your Android Studio. Now if you want to work with the Firestore, then we need to add two more two dependencies. So open here pubspec.yaml, go to dependency, then you need to add Firebase core. Okay, and next one is Cloud Firestore. So this two dependency we have to add. Just click here pubget to download the dependencies. Fine. Okay, so dependency is now downloaded. The next thing is to access the data. So what I'm doing here, take body. Okay, so in the body I'm going to take stream builder. Okay, stream builder. Then stream builder, I need to take builder and stream. Okay, the first thing I'm going to give here a stream. Then for the stream I have to use Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection. Okay, so the collection path I have to give. So I have taken here students. If you want to take a student or users, then you can take. Then snapshot. This snapshot will return the stream. Okay, so it's stream object. If you see the return type of this one, I will show you. See, so you can see here the stream return type of this snapshot. Okay, then next thing is builder. Okay, so in builder, take this builder. Then what we need to do, we need to return something in builder. Okay, so I'm returning data or something if you want. Okay, so we cannot return, we need to return one so if you want to return anything, just return one text field. Okay, data or something, that is fine. Then I will show you the error here. If you see, data, now you are seeing the error one. No Firebase app default has been created. Call Firebase initialized app. So now in updated Firestore, if you want to use this any service of Firestore or Firebase, then you will have to call this Firebase dot initialize app. Okay. So in this main method, what I'm doing is I'm going to call this one. Okay. So Firebase dot, just import this one. Okay, dot initialized app. So we want to make sure this line should execute once this one is completed. So what we need to do, we need to call here await. In await we can call in async function. Fine, that is fine now. So what we are getting the error now, this one is called, then we need to run again. Let's run. Okay, then what we are seeing now, we are seeing this different error. Okay, if you see, unhandled exception, service binding default binary messenger was accessed before the binding the initialized app. If you are running application and need to access the binary messenger before run app has been called. Okay, for example during plugin installations, then we need to explicitly call the visit flutter binding ensure initialized. Okay, so there is something service binding we are trying to access at the time of plugin initialization, right? So Firebase initializing app, it is initializing plugins related to your Firestore. Okay, so it is internally use this binding. Okay, so what it is saying, if you are accessing this service binding before the run app functions, then you will have to explicitly call visit flutter binding ensured app. Then what we need to do, we need to call here this one. So this is the two changes you have to do when you are using this latest Firestore. Okay, so we have to call ensure initialized before if you are accessing service binding. Okay, so in this initialize function, it's using the service binding, so that's why we have to explicitly call here. So let's open this one. Okay, then run it again. Fine. So now we are seeing here the shrinker may have failed to optimize the Java bytecode. Okay, so shrinker may have failed. Okay, so disable the shrinker past this one. Okay, so you can use either this one, or then what we can do, if shrinker is not supported in the lower version of your Android, then what we can do, just go to build.gradle and minimum it's 16 here, right? It's a very old one, so you can use 21. So from the 21st version, it support this what is called shrinker optimization. Okay, then run, it should fix that issue. Fine. So we are seeing here data, so we are not seeing any error now. So what I did, so just I have to change this minimum SDK 21. Okay, or otherwise we also have option to give that no shrink option. Okay, at the time of building. And the second thing what I did, and these two things I did, before using the Firestore and any Firebase service, we have to call this Firestore.initialize app. So there is something what is called binding. So if you want to access, so in this plugin initialization, it is calling the binding. So if we are calling that or accessing that binding before the run app, then we will have to call this function. Okay, before accessing. So we are accessing here, like this function is accessing here. So that's why I'm calling this ensure initialized one. So we are not getting any error now. So let's come to this point. Okay, then what we need to do, if we are getting data, let's here data, then what I need to do, if snapshot dot has data, okay, or something, if no data, okay, this one, else we can return, or something. If you want data, then what you can return, circle progress bar I can return. and just wrap this in center. We will see the center one. So I'm not returning here anything. Then text data paste. Fine. Then we are getting the data. Then what we need to do, just I want to return one list view. Okay, so in this list view, item builder, same thing, I need to call item builder. But before that I need to call what is called, we need to get the count. Okay, then item count, and item count snapshot dot data dot documents. Okay, documents dot length. So snapshot dot data we will get the data, and documents means we will get this documents, these all things. Okay, this is the array one. Then length. Okay, so this will return 3. Snapshot dot data dot documents means all the documents in students. Okay, so length I'm giving here, the item count is now 3. So if you return in builder, return, suppose I want to return anything, or instead of returning this one, let's get the reference. Just I want to get the reference, like the first reference or second one, third one. Then what I can do now, snapshot dot data dot documents and index number, documents and index number. So I will get first, then second. We are getting here document snapshot. Okay, doc. Then return text. Suppose I want to return doc name. Then we will get here 3 names. Fine, I'm getting these 3 names. Okay, so instead of returning this text, what I can do, list tile. Okay, so in list tile we will see more option like title, text, doc name. Fine, subtitle, then I can give here the text one, doc, and I can give here city. Fine, so we are getting here city now. Okay, so let's add some more data here. Just open this one. Suppose I want to create one more document. Okay, in field name. Okay, then city, HYD, and save. You will see here the new data. It is synchronized. Okay, see. So now this is the real time. We are getting the data here. So if you delete any data from here, then you will see it will be removed from here also. Okay, now let's add the option to delete. Format this one. So just I want to add one trailing button. Let's add one button. Okay, so button icon, or let's add icon button. Okay, icon button, then icons dot delete. Okay, icon dot delete, and on press what I want to delete this data. So I have the reference, this doc, right? So doc dot reference dot delete. So if you want to show the message like deleted or something, you can show. Then just I'm clicking here something, deleted, right? So data is deleted, and if you see here that data is deleted. So if I want to delete this one, okay, let's delete. We'll see, hey, the data is deleted. Great, right? So now let's add new data. If you want to add new data, for the new data, just I'm adding here one what is called floatable action button. Okay, so floatable action button, float table action button, and child icon. Okay, so icons dot add. Fine. Then what I want, just I'm adding here the hard-coded value. If you want, you can create one form and you can take the value from user. Okay, and means you can read the value from that text field and you can add, right? So just I'm taking the hard-coded value I will pass from here. Okay, on press, what I want, document. Okay, so what I can do, Firebase Firestore dot instance dot collection. Okay, in the collection is students. Okay, dot add. So this will take, this add function take one map object. Okay, then I'm passing here name, map object. So we need to pass like this, name. So the name I'm passing here, and city, HYD. Fine. Let's click here, add, and if you see here also there is only two data, right? So click add. See, this data is added, and you can check here also three data, right? So if you click, this one is now added. Fine. So I want to add one more data. Fine. Then open this one and click this one button. Yeah, new data is now added. Fine. Great, it's working. Now I want to add some more filter. If you want, filter means now I'm getting all data here, right? Stream. So if you want to add filter, so you can add filter like where condition, or if you want to add order by, then you have to give the name of the fields. So I want to order by on name. Okay, you can see order by on city, you can see. Okay, then you want to put some where condition. Just I'm passing here the name one, and second one is options, wherein or equal. If I'm giving here suppose equal, so I can give the name one here, right? See, getting the filter data. If you want to add multiple conditions like multiple values, then wherein, and you can pass the array here, that is the first name and the second name you can pass. Great, right? So like this you can filter. If you have equal to or whatever you want, you can filter like this. Okay, so that's it. Now we are able to add, delete the data. Okay, you can update if you want. Okay, in the same way, just you can pass the object. Okay, so that's it in this video, and if you really like, please subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you very much for watching this video.